What's up, YouTube? Pastor Bob. I want to do a little short video. Oh, by the way, I'm going to have an auction on Sunday. Be the last one of this year. So if you can come out, buy a few things, we'll wrap it up for this year. Might have something on New Year's, I don't know. Really depends on how I feel. And then I'm going to start doing some different videos. I'm going to do some stuff on gemstones and watches. Joe from Texas asked me a few months ago. God, it's kind of been 6 months ago or so. What am I going to do with some watches? Well, I'm going to show you. Now, this watch, I picked this watch up for, I think it was like $20, which is a smashing good deal. This has got a heavy gold plate on it. This is an Orient. Now, for those people who have never heard of Orient, Orient's been around for a long, long time. Really good manufacturer of watches. It comes from Japan. Has a Japanese movement. Orient is very simplistic in most of the stuff that they build. They always have good quality parts. This watch here, new, would run right around, $250 to $350. It's a beautiful watch. It didn't look like this when I got it. It looked bad. The top was all scratched. It was all scratched around the outside. It was terrible. It didn't work. Trying to get the crystal jumped, it was a pain because when the batteries go bad and you lose power to your crystal, sometimes your crystal has what's called a dimming effect, which means it has a hard time starting and charging back up. So anyway, and I'm not a horologist, but I studied a little bit. I started learning about it in the last few years, and I'm far from knowledgeable of the subject of horology, but I dab around. I have a mechanical mind, and I'm not afraid to take things on. And my fingers are trained for gemstones and technical, so I get into it. So this is what it turned out to be. It came out really nice. I got most of the scratches out of it, as you can see. Came out really, really super nice. As you can see, it's made in Japan. I got most of the scratch. This was bad, man. I had to work on that. And you got to work one way with a grain. There's a few little scratches in there now, but most of the scratches are out of it. A little fingerprint there, but I did a pretty good job of getting most of the scratches out. Yeah, it came out pretty good. Not a bad investment, huh? I got it to working. Keeps time really well. I don't have a timeometer or, tell what time it is, but I would say it's about within, 5 to 8 seconds, plus, but it's a quartz movement, quartz. The thing about quartz movements, they keep time really well. Change the battery, put a good battery in it. And you got a good watch. Now, I like mechanical watches too. I like self-winding watches. I'm just a watch fan. Well, what is she talking about? He wasn't even talking to her. She's awful nosy today. Anyway, growing up with a grandfather who was a master clocksmith, learning about watches and clocks, I learned quite a bit. I'm no professional, but when you grow up around those people, you learn little things, and I may not always have the technical term for it, but I understand the basics of it. So I'm going to get into doing a little bit of that, so maybe I can help you out, do a little redneck swamp Yankee fixing. Show you how you can buy reasonable tools and dicker around with them. Now, let me tell you something about quartz movements. When they go bad, look, I'm going to be totally honest with you. It's not worth trying to get somebody to repair the quartz movement. The only time is when you get into the older models, right? Some of the older Senko models. Then it might be worth it because some of them are very valuable. Otherwise, look, you can just get them, just you can go on eBay and get a new replacement for probably under $50. Sometimes, in cheaper watches, $6, $7, $8, So don't even mess around with them, guys. They made so many of them, it's easier just to replace if you're dealing with, quartz movements. Okay? Now, when it comes to self-wind, hand wind, that's different, Then it's worth getting into it and taking it apart and putting them all in baskets and cleaning them. And that's different, There's more of a technical purpose of doing it, And the prices on things. So some people say, well, why Orient? Well, I like Orient. I love Seiko. I love Orient. I love Citizen. I've always loved them watches. Is it because I couldn't afford the other ones? Look, I have Oris. I have Omega. I have, God, I don't know. I have so many different ones. Sometime I'll show you from time to time different watches that I have. I have a lot of watches. I don't own a Rolex. Rolexes have never been attainable for me. I just, look, I know the history of Rolex. I know that they always outsourced all of their stuff in the early days. I'm not saying that they didn't have some great builders, because they did. They had some absolutely phenomenal builders, But even though they do this stuff in-house today, look, if Rolex want to send me a watch, and wanted me to look at it and be proud of it, I would. But look, I'm not going to go spend thousands of dollars for it. Just like Omega. Tissot, I think that's how you pronounce it. I own a Tissot. And I'll show you that in an upcoming video. Great company, been around since the early 1800s. As a matter of fact, Tissot and Omega worked together and built a lot of watches. I think back in the early 40s, 50s, 60s, somewhere around there. They did a lot of sports watches. Tissot's an old company, They're a Swiss company. Absolutely brilliant watches. I believe that I can't remember offhand, but I think they came out with the first Art Deco style watch, which was called Banana, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I'm not positive on everything I say, but I believe it was called a Banana. Anyway, so with me, it's what I like. Watch collecting is what you like. Look, there's a price of diminishing return on everything. Whether it's coin collecting, guitars, gemstones, watches. Look, sky's the limit, Pretty soon I got another watch coming in that I bought. It's a micro company, which means a very, very small company. But the watch is phenomenal. I'm talking phenomenal. I'm talking any watch like it. And I'll tell you how much I paid for it when I get it in. Probably cost you right around $1,000, any big name. It's a small name. Comes out of Norway. I'll tell you more about it when I get it in. Just, some of my friends who collect watches, they said, Bob, you got to get one. They're numbered. They make them in small batches. They're not like multiple thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of these watches. You need to get one. They're really super nice. So I did order myself one. I'm pretty happy that I'm getting one. And I'll show you the watch when it comes in. I want to do different things for you guys. I think it's important that, we learn different things. And as I get older, I like to learn, things that don't physically tear me apart every day, And watch collecting's fun, just like coin collecting. Watch collecting's fun. And, I, from time to time, I don't mind doing these things. I don't mind learning about these things. Helping people, Look, in today's world, it costs a lot of money to, buy things and have things fixed. So I figure, well, like everything else, it's a dying breed. Finding guys that really know how to do it. And I think my grandfather would be proud of me. I knew silently he wanted me to, get into watches and clocks. And probably why he took a lot of time to teach me these things. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I have an auction on this Sunday, which is, God, I don't even know what it is, like 19th or something, I think. 18th, I don't know, whatever it is, December 2022. Whatever it may be, you'll see it posted up on the thing. If you could stop by and buy a few things, help me out, I appreciate it. Anyways, this is Pastor Bob. Take care. God bless. Do something good for somebody today, or tomorrow, or the next day. Just do something good, for God's sakes. Don't take much. This is Pastor Bob. Hope you like my Orient watch. Take care. God bless. I'm out of here. See ya. Oh, man, what a sexy watch, huh? Sheesh.